Hey guys, Reploid Zero here, and today I'm going to show you from start to finish how I mod my Nintendo Switch and how Call of Duty Mobile on the Nintendo Switch actually works. So first of all, what I did was take out my SD card and replace it with one that I have my modded files on. It's a custom firmware called Henkaku. Should be pretty easy to find a tutorial online on how to mod your Switch if you want to do this yourself, but I'm not a tutorial channel, so I likely won't be making a video on how to do this. And next, what I'm going to want to do is take my right Joy-Con off and I actually put my RCM jig in. And my Nintendo Switch has to be turned off for this to work. So I'm gonna wanna take my USB-C cable and plug this into my computer really fast. And then after that, you wanna plug this into your Nintendo Switch, of course. Sorry guys, I had my finger on the camera. And then I'm going to open a program on my computer called Tegra RCM GUI. I've actually made a video on this before, how I get into the modded Switch. So this is it's nothing new, you know. So let me make sure my Nintendo Switch is turned off before I do this. Alright, now once my Nintendo Switch is turned off, you're going to see it says no RCM device detected. What I'm actually going to do is hold my power and my volume up button at the same time while it's connected to my computer, and should say RCM device detected. Once it gives us that message, we're clear to go ahead and inject the payload, and my Switch should light up with Hecate, not Henkaku. Damn, I messed that up. So basically, how I've been playing Call of Duty Mobile on my Nintendo Switch is actually through an Android emulator. This little screen right here will allow you to boot up multiple different things. You can boot up your custom firmware for your Nintendo Switch, or you can go to this right here, which is called Payloads. I actually have, my bad, I forgot how to use my own mods. You go to More Configs, and I actually have a version of Ubuntu on there, which I'll make a video on at some point. It's basically just a version of Linux that runs on your Nintendo Switch. It's kind of cool. So right here, all I do is load up the Android, okay? And I'm fine to take this RCM out once I see the Hecate thing loading up. And I can put my Joy-Con back in so that I can actually use it for my Android device. It's going to take a second to load up here, so I'll be back with you guys once that's done. Alright, so as you guys can see there, it's loading up the Android right now. It's actually a build called Switchroot Android, so it's not the most up-to-date version of Android currently, but I would assume they're going to release more updates for this eventually, I hope. But let's wait for this to load up here. Alright, so as you guys can see, this is my Nintendo Switch running an official version of Android. You can do anything within this that you could do on an Android device. You know, you can browse Facebook, you can use your APKs, you know, do whatever. You can browse the web if you want to, because, you know, the Nintendo Switch doesn't actually have a web browser. So it's pretty cool, I love it, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for Call of Duty Mobile, which apparently I've deleted. Hold on a minute. Alright, so I'm back and I got COD Mobile reinstalled. I even went ahead and completed the tutorial really quick so that I didn't have to go through any of that. So I can actually show you guys that this works. So let me just go ahead and load it up here really quick, sign in and everything, and yeah, I'm not going to cut any of this out because all of you are saying, you know, this is fake, it doesn't work. It's real. I'm still in the Android emulator, I can do whatever, you know. Feel free to skip ahead if you want to, you know, I'm not stopping you. Might have to blur out that email right there. And as you guys can see, the audio is actually working here too. Okay, so right now I don't actually have my controllers connected, so it's not gonna work. But really quickly, I want to show you guys that I can actually load into the multiplayer and everything. You know, go into training mode. All the touchscreen controls work. So as you guys can see, it's fully working with the touchscreen controls. I can't lie to you guys, the performance isn't too good on this. Again, you're running this on a Nintendo Switch, and it's a very, I guess, heavy game to run. But as you guys can see here, all the controls are working and everything. And yeah, so if you guys actually want to get the Joy-Cons to function on this, you're going to need an app called, I found the best free app to do this with is probably Mantis Gamepad Pro, because it just translates the Joy-Cons, I guess, dead zone and everything better. You can actually go in there and change it yourself and everything if you want to. But, so yeah, download Mantis Gamepad Buddy Pro. It's completely free to use, but you do need a computer or another Android device or something to actually get this working. So as you guys can see, I actually have some games added on here. And if I go into my settings, it'll say, you know, I can calibrate my controller, I can change my dead zones and all that. Whoops. So yeah, you can calibrate your dead zones, swap your left stick axis and everything. You can do quite a bit of stuff in here, okay? Now this will also work on a keyboard and mouse, if you guys know somehow to connect a keyboard and mouse to that. So that's something to keep in mind. And don't know why I keep closing that here. So then to get this actually connected, as you can see, it says 2 gamepads are connected. If I tap that, it should actually tell me that those are my Joy-Cons connected here. Somewhere. Yeah, right there it says Nintendo Switch combined Joy-Cons. And going to, normally you want to like add a game configuration to like set up your controls and whatnot. So you want to do tap to start Mantis Buddy. And now the way I'm doing this is actually through my computer right here. I have a folder open for the Mantis Buddy assistant, I guess, on computer. And what we're going to want to do here is grab that cable back that I have connected into my computer. And you want to plug this into your Nintendo Switch. This is going to act as like sort of a USB debugging for your Android device. So once you have that connected, just tap on, yeah, allow USB debugging. You might have to enable this from the developer settings. I'm sure you can find somewhere online how to do that. I can't really remember how to do it right now. But you're going to want to connect via Windows or Mac, right? It says waiting for connection. Just open this one right here, the Gamepad Pro Buddy on your computer. It'll open up a command prompt. And you may see, I don't know if it's going to be different for you guys or not, but right there, tap allow button on devices, USB debugging pop-up. So it's going to come up again on your Switch. To do this, go ahead and click allow, and then click retry. I'm not sure what's happening here. There we go. You might have a little bit of issues getting this connected, but it's no problem. Just keep clicking retry and everything, and eventually you'll get this little pop-up. You know, you can just click OK. That'll close the batch file. And as of right now, we're done with the computer. We don't actually need to do anything else on our computer right now. So it says Mantis Gamepad connected. You're all set. And just go back. And to add a configuration to one of your games, you can just click add over here and then add from your list of games. And once you've done that, you can go into your settings here. You don't have to launch it from Mantis Buddy, I don't think, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. So we're gonna go ahead and unplug this now. We don't need it. And as you guys can see, Call of Duty Mobile is loading up again. You know, still on the Android thing, still on my Nintendo Switch. So we're just gonna give this a second to load up here, and of course you guys can skip forward if you want to. I'm not gonna cut any of this out so I can show you guys that this is legit. Alright. Once again, I'm gonna have to blur that email. And now you see how it says phase 1 is now active because I have multiple different phases set for, say, when I pause the game and I go to change my loadout and everything, there will be like different phases. You can find a really in-depth tutorial on how to use Mantis Gamepad for first-person shooters or anything you want to use on your Android device on Nintendo Switch. And so now I just want to show you guys really quickly that this does work with my controller enabled, even though it doesn't tell me I have a controller. So this is technically cheating, but you know, I'm sorry about that. Just go into the practice range real quick. And not that it matters, but that is my name, just to prove that this is me playing it, you know. Alright. So now, as you guys can see, the HUD is still connected. You know, I saw a comment that said, oh, your HUD wouldn't show up or anything. It does still show up because you're tricking your device into using a controller when it shouldn't be. So if I go ahead and press this now, it should actually move my camera. Okay, that's a bit of an issue here. Oh, I guess I gotta set it up again because I deleted the game. So to set this up, there's gonna be this little Mantis Buddy icon somewhere around your the corner of your screen. So just go ahead and tap that. And as you can see, it brings up this little control panel right here. You wanna click on this little plus sign right here. And say, like, for example, if we want to look around in a game, we can say right stick, right? We'll just, so it's actually already on screen here. I don't know why it's not functioning. So just move that left stick, you know, over top of your joystick there. And then move the right stick somewhere off to the side over here, where hopefully it'll actually work. And then just, go ahead and click on the Mantis Buddy icon to close it. And as you guys can see, I'm having issues. Give me a second here, guys. I gotta remember how to use this thing properly. Okay, so I'm back, and basically how you want to get this thing to work is once you tap on this, you're gonna need to add some other form of button, such as like LB, A. It doesn't really matter. I just kind of added this little A down here, and that, you know, allowed it to function. So then just go ahead and close your Mantis Gamepad, and as you guys can see now, if I move this joystick, my character turns, right? If I press this, my character should shoot. One of the two. Nope, I don't have that configured yet. But as you can see, I do have that configured, so that when I press this button up here, it actually opens this up. And then if I press the B button, nothing. I don't have anything set up. But I can walk around now. You can look around. It's fully working. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this proves something to you guys. But I'm sorry to everybody out there who thinks you can do this without a modded Nintendo Switch. Sadly, it's not possible, and I don't think they'll ever be bringing Call of Duty Mobile to the Nintendo Switch. So you guys can like and subscribe if you want to. This was just a video to show you guys that this does actually work, and to show you how that I actually do this. And I even saw a comment there showing somebody was asking about how I got my Joy-Cons to work on there because it wasn't working for him. It's actually through that app, Mantis Gamepad Pro. So I hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.